Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the D1 DLC Beercast. My name is Brad. I don't know if I can remember all the names. There's a lot of people here tonight.
Rotating cast.
Yeah, so Nat, as always now, the new as always. Monique, again, first time in 2 months.
Longer than that, I reckon.
About the same time as Jake, I reckon.
About 6 years for me, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah.
How are you guys? What's going on?
I'll just have a quiet beer at my local pub and then you idiots rock.
Now what was the new intro I was doing?
Well
Cool
done, Brad.
segue.
Something on
I can't remember the rest.
No, there was an hour of gaming and geekery over a pint at the pub. That was beautiful. That was so smooth. So let's talk.
So smooth.
Yeah, you want it? So let's talk games and geekery. Who wants to go first?
I think Monique should go first because she's going to be.
No pressure.
Yeah. So blow us away. What have you been playing?
Bloodborne, yeah. Finally got a PS4. Real late to the game. So
Did you get like the Slim? Did you get the Pro?
I bought it secondhand off someone.
So you got the brick. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do like the brick,
I
to be fair.
don't really care, to be honest. I had to rearrange.
What colour is it? What colour is it?
Black.
No, it's alright, I suppose.
I had to rearrange my entire desk because apparently a PC and 6 consoles can't fit on a single desk.
That's why you get a bigger desk.
Yeah, I was going to say the same.
So I just
Sizes and
I had to move everything around, which was great. But I've been playing Shadow of the Colossus as well. The remake is
Sorry, can we just rewind a sec back to Bloodborne?
Yes.
Is that a PC?
PS4
exclusive?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. They have all the exclusives.
That's why.
As someone who really likes Xbox, this annoys me a little bit.
That's why I went from Xbox 360 now to PlayStation 4
Yeah.
purely because of their exclusive. Horizon Zero Dawn as well. I'm real keen to play that.
Yeah.
When I
But
eventually get it.
You got about halfway through?
Halfway
Jack?
through,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you played it now?
Yeah,
Horizon
I'm
Zero?
about like 10 hours in.
Yeah.
I do what I do with all games, like 10 hours in. Oh, yeah, that's an experience. Somebody wants something else.
Beck's on the cusp of finishing it at the moment.
Well,
She thinks she's on the cusp of finishing it.
Oh, but
So
no.
yeah, there's got 17 endings. It's like Lord of the Rings. You know, like you think the first time you see the king, it's going to end, and
so was there like hidden endings in the book that I didn't read?
Yeah. You read the appendices, didn't you?
Choose your own adventure
Yeah,
at some point.
Pippin wins everything.
So this is your first go with Bloodborne? I thought you might have played it before.
I played up to like Vacuous Rom, which is reasonably far through
and
the
that
game.
is what?
Giant spider boss.
Okay.
Reasonably far through the game, but I was playing on someone else's console.
Yeah.
So
And Bloodborne is a bit Dark Souls-ish, am I right? In
It's,
the difficulty and...
Dark Souls 3 is made on the same engine as Bloodborne. However, they differ in that Dark Souls rewards defensive tactics and like learning your opponent's moves.
Yeah.
And then
You've
reacting to
mentioned
that.
this before, as opposed to being...
And then-
Bloodborne's more about being offensive.
Yeah, Bloodborne is about being assertive and on the attack. So if you get attacked, if you attack right back, you start to gain your health back, and it's insta-heals. Whereas Dark Souls is about like calculating and moving back and disengaging to be able to heal. So they're very different games. I'm okay at Bloodborne. I am terrible at Dark Souls.
Yep. I feel like they get lumped in again a lot together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, did you not think that's fair?
But this is not the
no,
first
they
time
do.
I've heard that. Like a couple of people have told me it's very different strategy, like ways to play what people that haven't played them think are the same.
Again, they're like Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne are made on the same engine, like by the same people. So essentially,
You would think they would have
they have a
strong-
lot of similarities. It's just your style of play is very different.
Is Dark Souls definitely known as Demon Souls everywhere else in the planet, or is it just?
Oh, I
I
thought
thought
that
they
was
were
a different game.
Are they? Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure Demon Souls is a
Is
different
it?
game.
Can we get a fact
Okay.
check, boys?
Sure.
A
Someone
Dark
fact
Souls.
check.
Demon Souls was the first one.
Demon Souls.
And
is
then
the
we went
first
Dark
one.
Souls 1.
Dark Souls, then Dark Souls,
So,
Dark Souls 2.
Okay.
And-
Yeah,
so
okay.
Demon Souls.
So
Dark
Demon Souls was
Dark
the-
Souls.
It's
So
a
Demon
separate
Souls
game.
3 is the fourth game.
Dark Souls 3.
Dark
Dark
Souls
Souls
3.
So Demon Souls has nothing to do with.
Bloodborne.
Wait, no, it does. So
Yeah.
does. Never mind. Moving on.
It's Demon Souls is a completely separate game.
Cool. Yeah.
Apparently even harder than Dark Souls. I don't know. I haven't played that.
Same universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Our
Bloodborne
crowd
is
of thousands
Yeah,
of
thank
people
you.
have just filled us
Fact
in
checkers.
on that.
fact checking. Thank you.
Okay, other than that, what else?
Celeste,
Yes.
which is actually really, really
Yeah.
good. I should have actually fact checked. They made another game which I played, which I think I enjoyed. I remember hearing about it. I was like, yeah, I remember that game. But puzzle platformer, really, really fun.
I haven't played it, but like Twitter has been on fire. Jake's like, oh, platformers, what?
It has like almost a Super Meat Boy feel to it because it's like death insta revive.
Yeah.
And it even has like little hints that come up being like, don't care about your death counter. It just means you're learning. And so if you die in a room, you replay that room until you
Is that a bit
finish
condescending? Like I'm like, hey, don't worry
It's
about it,
really
mate. You should-
encouraging. It is.
No, it's a little bit condescending, but also in a good way. Like,
Yes.
I think it's a good thing for games like that to do. Is like when you stop caring about how many times you die, and
Yep.
almost
They give
all
you
I can
that.
think of is you know that mobile game, the Impossible game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yes, I do.
That,
Attempt like 4,000.
yeah. And it gets to a point where you stop being embarrassed by how many times you die, and it's like a badge of honor now. You know, like,
Because
hey,
by the
man.
end of it, you remember every single
Yep.
goddamn jump in the whole freaking thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. So Celeste is on PlayStation,
Switch,
Switch,
and PC.
and PC. Yeah, I've a lot of talk
Indie
about
game.
this on Twitter. Heaps of talk about this on Twitter. So.
Does that have a quick iteration time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you die, you respawn.
Yeah.
At the start of the room. And it's like I reckon I went from the first chapter with like less than 100 deaths to the third chapter where I had like 400.
Oh, cool.
And it actually says it's like the collectibles aren't really important. You can either just like power through the game, through the story without really having to do any collectibles, but most of the game is the collectibles.
I hope at the end of the game it's like, nah, you didn't get enough collectibles.
I was waiting
Don't
for
go
that.
through the door.
I was waiting for there to be like a store or something which I needed
yeah.
to spend stuff out, but hasn't come up yet. I'm up to like chapter 6 in the game. I think I'm like probably about 3/4 of the way through from what I can tell.
So, but more about the PS4. So you got the PS4. What else did you play on the PS4?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty
It's fun. I haven't played it since I bought it many, many years ago on
cool.
PS2.
Has that been on? And that came out on PS3 in a remaster as well, didn't it?
I
Or
never
backwards
had a PS3.
compatibility or something?
Oh, okay.
Never had a PS3. I don't think it might have come out, but it wouldn't have been the remaster.
Yeah, it did come out because they released it with Ico.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And
Has
then they
anyone played
brought out-
Ico before?
I played Ico.
Yeah, have you?
I have. It was all right. It's a bit story heavy for me, so not really my sort of thing. It's like a walkthrough. It's kind of like The Last Guardian. It's very much of a.
I haven't played The Last Guardian yet.
It's again The Last Guardian.
I
It's
actually
very,
bought
very
it.
much
I was going to
like
say,
Ico.
you haven't played it yet?
I've got it on the PlayStation 4.
Sorry.
That's
It's-
gonna when we talk about my gaming right later on, we'll come back to.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's a very. It's not a very action heavy game.
Yeah.
I guess it's very like, it's story, but it's told through gameplay. But it's just not very action heavy, so it's very much of like a walkthrough game. And I felt Ico was very similar as well. They're very
I like
spiritual
that though. I
successor.
like a good walking simulator. I've got Firewatch
Journey.
actually on my desktop waiting for me to double click on that.
Yeah, so you haven't played it?
I have played it,
Oh.
played it, finished it, loved it. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking about doing a replay. So
Oh, cool.
I was
Played
telling
Journey.
Jake before I haven't played Journey yet, and that's huge.
beautiful.
I've also got Abzu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's made by the same people.
That's waiting for a double click as well. It's just sitting
Did
there.
anyone have Rhyme?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have
Yeah,
Rhyme.
did I see you posting about this somewhere?
Yeah.
Very
on,
curious about
Twitter.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was part of the PlayStation Network for February.
Yeah, the freebie stuff.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
Is it
It's
still available right now?
It's still
Yeah,
February.
I think so.
so
Is
I
it?
think
I
it
don't
was
even know
Feb.
what month it is. Yeah. Cool. Okay, great. Cool. I'll get that tonight.
Yeah, it's
I'm
been
real
really
happy I
good.
got PlayStation Plus like immediately.
Yeah, no, really good so far. Again, like I don't finish anything for hours or something in our chapters. So
Yep.
it's really
See, that's
nice.
Yeah, that's-
absolutely
yeah,
perfect
that's
for what I
great.
want.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's essentially, I think what I tweeted was, it's just dungeon puzzles.
Okay.
But you're
Yep.
in this like nice outdoor kind of area for most of the time. You're running around. Like the first thing is you've got to collect all these animal statues that make up a fountain, which makes the fountain light up.
Yep.
Just kind of stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I like
really,
that. I like the style of it. It looked really. I don't know,
Very
just-
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, absolutely.
The art
Yeah,
style's
absolutely.
very, very similar.
Yeah, no, I do.
It's not a game I like, but it's an art style I love. Like that's fantastic. So
Then again, with Shadow of the Colossus, after being spoiled with horse controls in
oh my
Breath
god,
of the
In Witcher
Wild.
3.
Stop,
In Witcher 3, yeah. I agree.
stop putting horses in games.
It's terrible. If I went to play Shadow of the everywhere, I was like, oh,
Except
go,
for
just
Red Dead.
move where I want. Just go where I want. Nut, he's an arsehole.
You know what I loved
hate
about-
that horse, and I'm real happy about what happens to him because of how shitty the controls are.
Oh, that's,
Spoiler.
you take that back. You take that back.
Fight me.
Oh my god! You know what? One of the little things I loved about Shadow of the Colossus, particularly considering this is essentially a 10, 15-year-old game is that, like, as you go to, like, if you press the button to call your horse, it'll whistle. And then when you get closer to your horse,
Calls the name.
it'll yell the name. And then when you get right up next to it, it'll just say the name, like, really politely. And I'm like, that's what
Not a
they
bad
did
little
15
mechanic.
years ago.
Yeah,
And it's just
yeah.
really nice. And I think that sums up what Shadow of the Colossus does so well, is it's just so real. And, yeah, I don't know. It's nice.
I've been very burned by horses and things ever since Neverending Story.
Don't
no,
talk
no.
about
Oh, don't even bring it up.
We don't talk
don't
about
do
Artax. There's no, we don't talk about this shit.
Why would you bring it up?
It's
We're
too
gonna
soon,
Put
too
like
soon.
a break in
Too
the whole
soon.
show so people can recover.
Sorry.
Nat.
Just brought back so much of my childhood.
Oh,
Every
Go
time.
dig up my old VHS.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of old things,
Stop it.
to completely change subjects, you shared on our Facebook page today the Ghostbuster game.
Yes.
How good does that
yeah,
look?
Ghostbusters
Just to be clear, I'm
AR.
like the exact same thing with Pokemon. This is
Shit
shit.
house. Yep.
Ghostbusters, I'm like, this is the
Yeah.
best thing ever. I'm going to buy
Yeah.
a suit. I'm going to get dressed up. I'm going to wander around.
Yeah, no, it looks really good because I was playing Ingress and then moved to Pokemon, but I have a big problem with Pokemon in that they have like limited time events and stuff now, so you can't catch them all. Like, it's impossible unless like you're flying around places and stuff, or you don't work. So I'm looking forward to Ghostbusters. Hopefully they won't have like you can only catch this ghost at this time in this place
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
I don't hate that. You know, it'd be good if they did that, but like you could form like Ghostbusting teams.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so like the team can catch them all. So like I could be hassling someone in France, like, dude, get up and go and get this.
Send it to me. Let's go.
that would be really good.
It would be cool, wouldn't it?
Because they kind of had the tribes things with Pokemon, and they certainly had it with Ingress where you had two teams. But yeah,
Ingress
having,
was
like,
so much
smaller-
better than Pokemon. I'm like,
Yeah, I think they put a lot more effort into the
You're an
story
Ingress fan,
of
aren't you?
that.
Used to be.
Yeah.
One of our fans in the audience.
Yeah. Wait, are you blue or green?
Beer 2, you can talk about Ingress a little bit.
Indeed, you can.
I never got right into it, but I loved the idea of it. And then like Pokemon was just not well executed, and it put me off. Where I thought Ingress really, really was. So.
Yeah, it was funny because they did the beta testing for Pokemon Go, and like I was one of the people on their board saying, "You don't do this right. Maybe you should do this. Have you thought about doing this, like Ingress?"
Yeah.
But it was the same people that made it, so I think they wanted to make it different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Just for like anyone who is watching or listening that has no idea what we're talking about. So it's like the ARG. Is that what it is?
ARG, so augmented reality games.
Yeah. Isn't it? Aren't they double G's like Geo games? It's not the Geo one of the G's.
Well, it is a Geo game as
Yeah.
well. So, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is augmented reality. Geography.
But I remember, so watching the video that you linked, like there was literally like they showed the Ghostbusters. I'm like, well, I want to dress up as a Ghostbuster now. And then it made me think of Stranger Things too.
I was just going to read. Yeah.
Now I need to watch Stranger Things too as well.
Yes,
This
yes, we
was-
do.
a whole lot.
Absolutely.
I still never ended up watching it after our last podcast.
Why are you wasting time on the podcast?
I don't have Netflix. So
You haven't been watching what? You haven't watched Stranger?
Stranger Things. Last time I was on the podcast, ages ago, you like need to watch Stranger Things too.
She's not talking season 2. She's the whole thing.
You know, there's two seasons of it now.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the first season. I never
you
saw
have?
the second season.
Oh.
Which
Well,
is
that's
why
better.
last time I
That's
promised
better.
I'd see it. I
Okay,
definitely
all
did.
right. That's
Too busy with anime. I'm sorry.
You should watch it though. It's very good. Jacob,
yes.
what have you not been playing?
Pretty much every game you can think of.
We were going to talk about Star Citizen.
We were.
Are we going to do that now? Do you want to hold that for the second beer? What do you want to do?
Well, I might be. No, that's all I've been playing. So.
Well, let's get into it.
Probably need to talk about Star Citizen.
Go.
So I played Star Citizen. It crashed a lot.
Yeah, so, and I think particularly
it.
what you were
It's
telling
good.
me was that some people should never play this.
Yeah, so
Now, this
like,
is a game that you love.
So I've backed it from a long time ago. So it
What are
started
you, like
Kickstarter.
$7,000-$8,000 you've invested now? Or?
It's far too much to mention
Have they hit 200
in any
million yet?
public fashion. Hey,
Can we get a fact check on how much Star Citizen has raised so far in crowdfunding?
it'd be 180, just
All right.
under 180 million, I reckon.
Oh, is
now.
that going to count?
I reckon it was pushing 190 last time. But anyway,
Oh,
while
maybe
the
it was,
fact check
maybe
is
it was.
happening,
I feel so bad
Maybe
for
I'm
them.
thinking of.
so
subs.
why did those people all regret what they did?
No, those people don't.
Oh,
so
okay.
there's a large number of us that are quite happy with the way it's going. So I think if you weren't a fan from the Kickstarter or original series like Wing Commander, the guy that did Wing Commander, he's doing Star Citizen.
Chris
Chris Roberts.
Yep.
Yes, he's doing. He's
Wing
heading-
Commander
heading
Price
up.
of Freedom, one of my favourite games ever.
There you
Mark
go.
Hamill.
So exactly right.
Cliffhanger
Who
ending never
makes-
resolved. I'm still upset.
Who makes a reappearance in
But
Star
not as
Citizen.
that guy.
No. It's
No.
a completely new universe, completely.
Also,
separate from that.
Terrence, someone was it?
Anyway,
digress.
Anyway, It's it's something that I followed right from this. Well, not right from the start, but pretty early on anyway. So I've got a lot of invested time and money in the project. It's something I felt passionate about, being a flight simulator style game, which incorporates MMO sort of aspects as well. Not to mention like single player stuff and just PvP encounters as well. So it pretty much has everything you could want, but it enables you to do specific jobs around the universe if you wanted to. Like it's a completely open sandpit for you to do whatever it is you want to do, and it incorporates starships, and I love ships.
So like it's
amazing.
It's like EVE Online, is what you just said. All
But
of that.
It's
like
very
EVE
much
Online.
more a first person on the ground level.
Have you played the first person shooting element of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is it good?
No, it's horrible.
Oh.
I really am not a fan of it. They've got, as in, it will be good. There's a lot of good aspects to it, but it's very slow. So it's not a twitchy sort of FPS, which is what I prefer.
That's kind of like EVE Online did that with Dust 514.
Oh, okay.
Like they created a first-person shooter game.
Valkyrie?
No. That's the
something else
VR game.
entirely? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yep.
So Eve did a boots on the ground type game, and the problem with that was it was just too slow and chunky. 177 million dollars.
Did I just say just under 180?
You did say just under one.
Okay.
On the ball.
Yeah.
On the ball.
You can have 5 internet points,
Thank you.
which I think makes you the leader for this show so
What can
far.
I spend those points on?
Well, hey,
Some loot crates?
No. At the end of the show, winner takes all. So
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, like I think if you're a fan of the genre and Chris Roberts' work specifically, and you know what you're getting into, it's a very good investment for you to make if you wanted to back a game at very early development stages. So,
But you played it with someone that hadn't played this kind of game.
So it's currently what you would consider pre-alpha, so well before
How is
open
it
betas
still
gets out.
pre-alpha?
Yeah, okay, so that's a very good question that everybody asks all the time. So
I
look at-
remember 5 years ago playing
Yep.
EVE Online, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, in 2 years, EVE will be dead because everyone will be playing Star Citizen."
Yeah, that's correct to a point. So they've been in development for what, maybe 4 years now, and some
Wow,
big
it feels longer.
big AAA games are in development for 6-7
Yeah.
years, which
Yeah.
have budgets bigger than what Star Citizen
And you do tend to
has
go
as well.
from alpha through to release
And
pretty
it's
quick.
because it's so transparent. I think that people
Yeah.
forget that I can go in and play a little bit of Star Citizen right now, and it crashes. The servers are shit. Nothing is optimized very well. UI is a bit clunky all the time. So people forget that we're testing this to make the game that we want to play. So, so from my perspective, it's great. I get to get in really early, provide feedback, do all that sort of stuff.
Do you feel that your feedback
maybe-
gets listened to?
Absolutely
Is it-
does.
yeah?
Yeah, the community is amazing and stuff.
Yeah,
And
nice.
developers are very active in all of the forums, all of that sort of stuff. So it's really good to see stuff fed back and the community sort of has some sort of a bearing on the way things go, which is nice. But a friend of ours sort of was interested in it, and we have, lucky enough, been given a media account by the lovely guys at RSI, which is fantastic. So he jumped onto that account and had a fly with me the other night, and I think we encountered every single major game-breaking bug in the first 35 minutes of playing, and he was like done. He was like, this is fucking shit. I can't play it. It's unplayable.
Yeah.
It's not, but we just got a very bad run, and it's... You see some of these games that start from small beginnings, then you back it and you're passionate about it, and it's not until you realise that you're wearing rosy-coloured glasses and how much you want to get other people involved in it. You do, and then you realise, wow, it's so not ready for other people to try it that don't already have a passion for that game.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of an eye-opener for me. And
Isn't
certainly,
it, is it a little bit heartbreaking? I
it
find
is a
that,
bit,
like, when
and-
you've got that. We've all got those games that we love, and we desperately want everyone else to play.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
you get your friend to play them, and they're like,
Yep. Yep.
And I'm like, motherfucker, I cried during that game.
yeah.
In almost everything I ever played.
But how? Like, that's heartbreaking, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it
When
is,
you,
it is,
you
it
really
is.
want someone to enjoy it.
To be fair though, it's something that I can acknowledge. I can okay, I understand, and I can see that side of things as well. So it's just
I don't. If you don't play games I like, then you are dead. To me.
I just can't wait for the end game. Like seriously, I hope it's going to be awesome.
I don't want to. I don't.
There's enough there for me to go. I still have faith in the game. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
very keen.
Which is good. I think that's fantastic, and hopefully it ends up that way as well. But
Mark Hamill is one of the main cast
Yeah,
members of the
that's
single player game
decent.
as well, which is incredible.
yeah, anytime Mark's in it.
yeah.
Hey, speaking of Mark Hamill, doesn't work as a segue at all. I saw Black Panther.
That's not a segue. Yep.
Well, he's a geek.
superhero.
He did Star Wars.
Yeah, he's in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Place
Have you heard of
just
Star
want to
Wars?
jump into
Related to Batman.
Joker,
who is a
Batman,
superhero.
Batman who wears a lot of black.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go.
There you go.
Gotcha. Yep, I see how you got that.
Did you seriously just say, have any of you heard of Star Wars? Point?
I don't know if you've heard of it. You know, maybe.
Nah, man, nah.
No,
nah.
definitely
That makes me think of. Have you ever seen the post, which is of Natalie Portman wearing a Star Wars top, and there's like a comment
it
like,
says Star Wars.
"Oh, is that what it is?"
Yeah,
And then like the
I
comment is
wonder
like,
if
"Oh,
she's
some
ever heard of
hipster
it."
chick she's probably never even heard of it." It's like, it's Natalie Portman, man. Like,
Fairly sure she hasn't actually heard of it.
I mean, she
She
was in
hasn't
the
heard of
3
it,
worst
she
ones,
lived
but
it.
anyway, Black Panther. Has anyone else seen Black Panther?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Have we
Sorry.
all seen it?
Sorry.
Wow, I'm the only one.
You are.
Oh.
Oh shit! Yeah, everyone's seen
Have
it
you
except for
seen
me.
it? No, haven't seen it. Going to see it on
I
Friday.
thought you were.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway,
No
that's
spoilers
another story.
then.
Another
It's
story.
fucking amazing. It's very
It's
good.
good.
Very good.
Plus-
I very much enjoyed it.
Original soundtrack by Kendrick Lamar. Amazing.
Oh, K-Dog, yeah.
Stoked on it.
Yeah.
So stoked.
Lemma, I think they call him.
Who was
Lemma.
that?
Yeah, he's-
Oh, sweetheart.
I don't know
don't
who
know
he
who that
is.
is.
Didn't he come first on Triple
You're
J's Hottest
all-
100?
Yes, he did. He's
Yeah.
the first person
Yeah.
of colour to come
Yeah.
first on Triple J's top 4.
Pull that one
Really?
straight out
Yes,
of your
he
ass.
did.
I did not know. Well, no, because he came on at number 1. I'm like, fucking Kendrick Lamar, are you
He should have won it.
serious?
He should have won it 2 years ago for King Country as well. But that's fine.
But was that the year that the Rubens won with
With
Hoops?
Hoops,
So
yeah.
Because that's like amazing, and you take back everything you just said.
My boss is like obsessed with Kendrick Lamar, and she.
Well, being obsessed doesn't mean you're right.
she got very mad about that year. To be fair,
Wasn't that the year Taylor was going to win, or was that last year?
Tay-Tay.
Tay-Tay.
Oh, that was like 3 years ago or something, wasn't
I'm
it?
usually sleeping when the top 100's going on.
Anyway, so Black Panther is
I
really
don't know.
good, and you
It
should
is very
absolutely check it out. If
we
you
get-
haven't seen it.
Also, Michael B. Jordan, gorgeous.
Just quietly,
Gorgeous.
he was pretty ripped in that. Like that was a big slab of meat. Legit, like on his chest was just like it was like a.
She's went all the way. Yeah, okay, not
It
bad.
was-
Yeah.
Good lord, he's. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, by that point I was already quite drunk because I only ever go see movies in the theatre gold class, so I always get really drunk when I
no,
watch
that's
them.
I understand that. Yep.
But by that point I was just sitting there like drooling a little bit, like I don't know if this is from the alcohol.
Yeah.
Combination of the two. Yeah.
Yeah, my recommendation is don't take your partner. That's can't compete with that. What else? Where was I going with that?
fantastic.
There was a reason I was going to segue from something
Because you were
from
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther.
Oh,
else you wanted.
yeah, it's another story.
Another
Come on,
story.
Brad, I believe in you.
I know another podcast member was doing a build up to Infinity Wars.
Oh,
and
we
I
might
was-
need to talk about that.
We do. Maybe
afterwards.
on
Yeah, we'll talk about that in beer 2.
another.
Beer
Yes.
two.
Yeah,
Cool. And I've
absolutely.
disappeared. What a
Yeah.
time to be alive.
How are you still on track with that? Still on track. Good. I'm
Is that doing the one movie a week?
Yeah.
So it all adds up? Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
I was gonna start that. I still haven't. I'm
Yeah.
fucked.
I might just like watch Thor again before it, maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Thor Ragnarok yet either.
Oh,
so,
so
you know.
good.
I know.
Fantastic.
Everyone has told me.
No, I fell asleep halfway through it because I tried to watch it late at night.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay. I don't really have any other time but late at
Also,
night.
can I say there was a bit of
Yeah?
criticism aimed at Thor because it's just come out on. I was going to say DVD, but I mean
On
Google,
VHS?
Google Play
On
is
beta.
what I mean.
It's out on beta right now.
Yeah. There's a bit of criticism when the movie came out about like, oh, Thor's like girlfriend, sister rocks up, and of course she's like some gorgeous blah blah blah. It's Kate Blanchett. Like, it's not
she
Kate's
is.
fault that she's incredibly
Incredible.
attractive.
Yes.
Why
But
was
it
that-
is.
Why were they criticising that?
Oh, it's like, oh, so typical, we're objectifying women, blah, blah, blah. But then there's a scene where Thor's walking around without a top on, and
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Damn.
Still, after
Chris,
I
and then he
saw-
smiles, and you're like, oh, stop it.
After I
Stop
saw
it. And then
that
he's
movie,
Australian. You're like, oh my god.
I was just like, petition to put just one character with a New Zealand accent in everything.
Oh, yeah,
In
absolutely
everything.
right. Yep.
I was
Yep.
just like, that everything.
Yep.
For
I
that,
can't
was
remember
just
his
like,
name, but the rock dude is just...
Oh, yeah.
He's so good. Yeah,
It's
Divine.
like a circle,
Divine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what?
But it's
This
like a
is
messed up
brilliant.
circle, hey.
Did you say a New Zealand accent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not
Like-
Carl Urban? It's someone
No,
else?
like
Yeah,
real.
there's a couple
like
of them.
They're
heavy
real
New Zealand
thing.
accent.
I think it was the Rock dude, not the director.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was? Yeah.
What?
And it's fit.
Magnificent. It is
Fantastic.
magnificent.
It's so good.
I have to watch this so
This
much.
is so crazy, this movie. It's just...
All right.
It has the same sort of, the way I describe it is like, it has the same sort of spirit as Guardians of the Galaxy gave me.
The
Of,
first one or the
like,
second
The first
First
one.
one.
Okay.
Where
Yeah.
it's
You guys
like,
were all very
Yep.
quick. No, the first one.
First one. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy still tops my list as my favorite Marvel movie, but like, it has like that.
Pretty good.
It's really funny, and just has the spirit of like everyone together.
Okay.
And good,
Okay.
and it makes you happy.
All right.
So that's how I feel when I watch it. That's fine, guys.
Have you seen the trailer for Infinity Wars? And right at the end, it's got Thor like, "Who the hell are you guys?" And it's got the shot of. I've watched a lot of these trailers, though, so I know this very well. And it's got the shot of the Guardians of the Galaxies, and you just see like Groot's head pops up, and I'm like, it's legit. It's teenage Groot, and I cannot wait to see angry teenager
Yeah.
Groot.
Well,
Like,
to be
that's
fair,
gonna be fantastic.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 had like the end bit where it was teenage Groot.
I don't remember.
Did you not watch past the credits?
I did.
No,
but-
you have to for Marvel
Watch past
movies.
the
you
credits,
do.
yeah.
But it was-
He
I
comes
mean, it
in,
was
he's yelling at
Guardians of the
Groot
Gal-
because his room is like super messy and there's teenage Groot.
yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. That's good. All right. Now, I reckon going by my watch, we
This much time.
finished 6 minutes ago. So
Oh, okay.
what you've been playing is going to have to be pretty easy.
And you haven't even started.
No,
Well, I haven't
we
been
still
playing.
got time.
You haven't played anything anyway. You're a shit.
All right. So what we're going to do? You're going to stick around for the next video.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about what I have or have not been playing,
Okay.
and then you can kick off, and then you two can wait.
You mean the 200 people that are waiting?
Out of the winners from
Yes.
the
Oh,
draw
Correct. Thank you.
of
Yes. Yep.
Can I tell you, actually, I did go to the bar before, as you can tell. And the bartender did ask, "Man, is there normally that many of you?" It's because we've increased our many by 33% tonight.
Yeah.
Big
Yes,
numbers.
that's all
I
right.
just decided to randomly show up.
Yeah, I
and
know,
Clearly, I'm headlining. So
Yeah. So, I played Portal 2 again.
I wonder why you've been bringing up Portal 2 comments a lot
Holy
lately.
fuck, the game is perfect.
If anyone has
Yeah.
ever been around Brad when he is drunk
Oh, I will
and
tell
talks
you,
about
Portal
video
2
games, he
Portal
will
2
yell
is...
at
Don't
you
know.
for
Don't know,
a
drunk
very
Brad.
long time about how you have to have played Portal 2. I'm like, yes, Brad, I've played Portal 2. And you still were just like, no. Portal 2.
You have to play
I
it
was like,
another
okay,
10
But have you
Brad.
played it as much as
Calm
you should
down.
have? Like, could you play it again? Is the it is
game.
It
Yes,
is perfect. I loved it. So I just finished it literally last night. Finished it, playing it again. Loved it. It was so good. The reason I went back and played Portal 2 is because I am in a gaming rut. Now I was talking briefly to Benny about this off camera. But you know, like, have you ever been in that situation where you double click an icon and you load up the game and you play it for like 5 minutes and you're like,
Nope.
I don't really
Literally all
want
the
to.
time.
Yeah, I don't really want to play that.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now.
It's almost like scrolling through Netflix when you don't know what
Exactly,
to watch.
like you're just adding shit to your list,
Yep.
but you're not actually watching any of
Yep.
it.
Yep.
So my question to you, esteemed panel, is how do I get out of the rut?
Play
What do I
Leisure
do?
Suit Larry 7 right now.
Okay.
Play that. You're all good.
Wait, is that the magma come?
No,
Because
that's
hilarious.
No, it's not.
It's so bad. It's funny.
It's horrific. Play the originals. Play 1 remastered or Leisure Suit Larry 7. Love for sale.
I have played. On the.
incredible.
Is that the one, Patty?
Oh my god, I can't remember the name.
Jump back to a childhood game. That's what I do when I'm
That's.
It's not a terrible idea.
Did I not just say I played Portal 2?
childhood, Brad. Childhood.
45 is not your childhood.
Like, when did that come out? Like 2010, maybe?
I always
Portal 2.
jump.
I don't know.
Can we get a
Whoa,
quick
that's
fact check,
8
boys?
years ago now.
Portal 2 release
now,
date.
but
Fact check.
now.
Yeah, okay.
I always
2009?
jump back to something which I can slam through really quickly, which is most Nintendo games. But if I'm in a rut, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go back and 100% Super Metroid, and then it reinvigorates me to play something different.
2011.
Borderlands 2. Let's do it.
Oh.
Done. Easy.
I feel like this is a promise
Well,
that he's going to go.
we have started this like 3 times
Yeah,
before.
at least.
Let's play through Borderlands 2 together.
I blame
again.
Jordo. Jordo, you
Yeah.
are not. Oh, and also like Beck's computer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, that's
Wildlands. Let's do
it's a good-
Wildlands.
It's a good point
I was
though.
playing Wildlands for a little while.
Oh yeah. Yeah. To be honest, I get bored of that.
We need a. How many is Wildlands? Is it 4?
4. Yeah.
We need
There
a
was you,
4?
me, and Jordo. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Need a 4.
Me? Really? I'm useless.
So are we.
And also,
Trust
I
me.
feel like the hours that you are playing is probably not the
Yeah.
hours we are playing.
It's like, hey, do you want to play games at 4 a.m.? It would be a great idea. Or 7,
Like 7:30 to 8:30
7 a.m. because you
PM.
haven't slept from the night before. Great idea.
Like I want to play games at that time.
Perhaps
so-
not. Yeah, I know.
Or
Actually,
mostly throughout the week and not at all on weekends.
You know what? I'm up at that point. Might as well. That's fine. Yeah. Monitor off. Love you, Jem. Love you, Amy.
Heaps of. All right. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna let you go.
What was the verdict in terms of?
Oh, I think
what you play
you've got
for,
Leisure Suit Larry. You've got a childhood game, which is
Leisure
Leisure
Suit
Suit
Larry.
Larry.
Smash through.
I actually used to. Have you ever played the Sierra games?
Yes.
Sierra is
Yeah.
amazing.
The-
Just the intro is enough to
I
get you in.
remember-
Echo, the dolphin.
I do remember that. Yeah, that was
Nah, Space Quest 5, man.
Oh.
Space Quest 2 is where it's at. But all the Space Quests,
Because
very
wait,
good.
is it Space Quest 5 or 4 where you end up going back to the old Space Quest anyway? With like
Oh
old
yeah, yeah,
graphics
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Travelers Through Time or
I
something.
think it's
yeah.
5, yeah. 5 you go back and forth between like all the
Into
different
old
Space
games,
Quests.
and then you guys are like
it's
future
super
games,
cool.
and it's
Or
very
like
cool.
King's Quest, sit down and play some King's Quest.
Yeah, Jordo's all
Or,
about that.
if you really want to do some lateral thinking, go play some Zork.
Nah.
Oh my God,
Zork
Zork!
2, man.
You remember how we were
Return
talking
to
about?
Zork 2.
Remember how we were talking about rose-colored glasses before, Jake?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing,
Yeah,
isn't
don't
it?
play it
No,
again.
no.
Oh,
Don't.
really?
Don't play
Yeah.
original Zork, play Zork
Okay.
2.
It will
Zork 2
shadow
is
those
better.
glasses.
Okay. All right. Riven.
Do you? So with Sierra, do you guys remember? I don't know if you remember, but the original Leisure Suit Larry used to have to like parental questions to get in,
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
and one of them was like, "What is a prophylactic?" Does anyone know what a well you do? 'Cause
I
you
do,
play,
I do,
Do you guys know what a prophylactic is?
Wait a
no?
minute. Hold on
Monique
a
doesn't.
minute.
You know, and that's like, yeah,
was
of
gonna
course
say,
I do.
is there anyone that
I
doesn't
got a
know
whole
what a
truckload of
prophylactic-
them out the back. Sorry.
Oh my God. Yes. Prophylactic. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Monique's the one
I
that's
am
a
like,
bit awkward
what
now.
age compared to
like,
all of
I had to go and
Yeah,
ask my
we are
parents.
ancient.
Like, literally,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's the most shameless I've been about sex with my folks ever. Like, I'm like,
'Cause you
why,
know
why
it's-
do you need to know that? Because I want to play a game. And they're like, yeah, okay. Prophylactic
I
is a
see.
rubber device to cover an object.
Okay, fair. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what it's. That's what it is. Yeah.
I still
Very
remember,
PG,
what
well
was
done.
it? It would have been King's Quest, where I had to go and dig up my old... I went to play it again, had to dig up my old manual for it.
I thought that was
Because
like
it
a
has the-
body or
that's all
something.
right.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
It,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
it has there's the
Yeah, on page
like
7.
anti-piracy,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
bullshit.
wow. No shit.
And I was
Okay.
in there, and I literally spent like 2 hours. I know these people, but I was like, no, I have the box for this. I know this exists somewhere in my house. I
remember I had it like
I am
a-
finding it.
I had a Forgotten Realms, like a 14 pack of RPGs that came with it, and there was like this little turn wheel thing. Like you had to line all 3 of them up to be able to get the password to get in.
It's like
Like,
I've just started categorizing all my video game stuff because I went to go find a set of chords for a PS4. Sorry. And I realized I'm looking through like 10 different boxes and found like, 4 Super Nintendos and like 6 Nintendo, just like consoles everywhere. And I'm like, I
He's
need
up,
to.
he's up, Jordo. All right.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, Jordo is just like, wait till he sees this.
I need to.
Have you
I
seen
need
his,
to start. I've started
Yes.
categorizing everything and getting separate boxes
No.
for all my chords.
He's Nintendo.
Everything.
His Nintendo. Yes, I have seen his Nintendo.
Jordo,
And
so
all of my
Jordo
old
just
manuals.
Jordo just saved a 64 from an untimely
It-
death.
oh,
so.
what an amazing. Yeah. Anyway, that's
All
another
right,
story.
so end of the beer. We're going to come back. Monique's going to be
I'm
gone.
not.
I know
Bye.
that's sad. But we're going to have
Might be
2
done.
very attractive gentlemen join us.
We are.
We are. Like, it's going to.
They're definitely going to be at my caliber. You're going to be
another
so
debutante.
satisfied.
Hello.
Nat, whether I'm here or not, is going to explain how to get out of gaming rut.
Oh, okay.
And then you're going to talk a little bit about what you've been playing.
All right.
What have you been playing? Like,
Well, Rhyme, and I was working through more of Monster Hunter.
Oh, of
and
course.
I've actually been going back and playing some old stuff, which you'll find out after the break. What that is.
oh, I like that.
Oh.
What was one?
Cliffhanger. Let's go.
Rhyme and Monster Hunter. See, we were talking about Monster Hunter.
Yes, I'm very interested
Okay,
to hear that.
we're done. Say goodbye. We'll see you later.
For now.
It's gonna be awesome.